Assalamualaikum and greetings to Madam Nur Azlina. On behalf of Group 5, I'm going to introduce you the members, which is Mark Adelaide, Muhammad Amirul, Muhammad Daim, and me myself, Zulfazli Wan. We are honored to present our limited liability partnership agreement for a new business venture named Golden Elixir PLT. This presentation will walk you through the background of the proposed partnership, the agreements made between the parties, and the core clauses with the LLP agreement that we have carefully drafted based on the given scenario. In brief, the scenario involves Mr. Afin, owner of Gold Honey Shop in Kuala Lumpur, a growing business selling madu kelulut. Testi Honey Sendirian Berhad, a distributor of Manuka honey, proposes forming an LLP with Afin to market cider honey from Yaman in Malaysia. This new venture will operate under the name Golden Elixir PLT, with Afin, Testi Honey, and Chan as partners, while Surya and partners will only manage accounting services. In this LLP, 5 important agreements have been made between the partners to ensure smooth collaboration and clarity of responsibilities. These agreements form the backbone of the partnership and will be elaborated further throughout this presentation. Although the full LLP agreement consists of 34 clauses, for the purpose of this presentation, we will focus only on the most essential components that reflect the incorporation and governance of the LLP. These include the preamble, recitals, and clauses 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 14, and 31 as highlighted red in the slide. For the first agreement, the formation of Golden Elixir PLT as an LLP is a collaborative initiative between Afin and Testi Honey Sendirian Berhad, who aim to market cider honey from Yaman in Malaysia. The relevant parts of the agreement that address the incorporation include the preamble, recital, Clause 2, which deals with the registration of the LLP, and Clause 3, which outlines the general business description. In the preamble of the LLP agreement, the 3 official partners are identified. The first party is Mr. Muhammad Afin bin Arifin, the second party is Testi Honey Sendirian Berhad, and the third party is Mr. Chan Ching Long. These are the individuals and entity who have entered into this partnership to form Golden Elixir PLT. It is important to note that Surya and partners, although involved in the venture, are not recognized as partners. Instead, they are contracted separately as professional service providers responsible solely for accounting and financial matters. Their role is governed by a service contract and not by partnership terms. Moving on, in Recital A of the agreement, it is clearly stated that this limited liability partnership is incorporated in Malaysia in accordance with the Limited Liability Partnership Act 2012. On the other hand, Recital B confirms that the 3 individuals and entities, namely Afin, Testi Honey Sendirian Berhad, and Chan, have formally agreed to enter into a partnership under the new LLP, known as Golden Elixir PLT. And then, Clause 2 of the agreement addresses the registration requirements. It specifies that the compliance officer of the LLP, who is identified under Clause 14 and Schedule 2 of the agreement, is responsible for submitting all necessary documentation and prescribed fees to the Companies Commission of Malaysia, or SSM, to ensure that the LLP is properly registered. The same officer is also tasked with maintaining the notice of registration and other essential documents as outlined under Section 19, Subsection 1 of the Act. These documents are to be kept at the LLP's registered office and made available for inspection either digitally or in person upon the request of any of the partners. Last but not least, Clause 3 outlines the general business description and the place of business of the LLP. The business will operate under the name of Golden Elixir PLT and will be structured according to the provisions of the Limited Liability Partnership Act 2012. The primary objective of the LLP is the distribution and marketing of cider honey from Yaman throughout Malaysia. In addition to this, the LLP may expand into any other related or complementary business activities depending on the mutual agreement of all partners. The registered office and principal's place of business for Golden Elixir PLT is located at Persiaran Jubilee Perak, Section 22, Shah Alam, Selangor. So all of these are being stated and written into the agreement of the LLP agreement.
Greetings, I am Muhammad Daim bin Nazlan and I shall present on the next part. For question 2 regarding Surya and partners role in the LLP, the Limited Liability Partnership Agreement clearly established Surya and partners as an external accounting advisor and not as a partner. The clause related to this is the Recital Para C, Clause 7.7 and also Clause 31.4. The Recital Para C and Clause 7.7 affirm that Surya and the partners shall provide financial management oversight and ensuring statutory compliance in bookkeeping and audit obligations. Most importantly is that Clause 7.7.1 explicitly states that Surya and partners is engaged purely in a professional capacity and does not hold any ownership interest, voting rights, or liabilities as a partner in the LLP. Furthermore, Clause 31.4.1 confirms their appointment to oversee the accounting matters and preparation of financial statements under the Malaysian Accounting Standards, which are governed by a separate professional services agreement. In this question, Suria and Partners is not a partner in this LLP agreement because from their name we can infer that they are a conventional partnership in which they are not able to enter into an LLP agreement with another party unless they are practicing the same type of professional practice as per Section 8 of the LLP Act. Then, moving on to question 3, on the proposed admission of Chan as a partner, the agreement provides a clear justification, which the clause related is the recital para C and also clause 7.6. The recital para C and clause 7.6 assign Chan with the responsibility of leading the national marketing and promotional strategies. His role involved formulating and executing campaigns aligned with the LLP's growth and ambitions. It is noted that major plans and expenditures are subject to the approval by the managing partner and, when necessary, collective agreement of all partners. And given Chan's marketing experience and his defined contribution to the LLP, his inclusion as a partner is both strategic and supported by the term of the agreement.
Assalamualaikum and greetings. My name is Muhammad Amirul Daniel bin Zulkifli, and I will highlight two aspects where our firm provided the tailored solution for this agreement. First, we meticulously defined the operational and strategic roles within Golden Elixir PLT. And in this agreement, we explicitly details that Afin is appointed as the first managing partner in clause 7.4 and specifically in clause 8.1. As a managing partner, his primary responsibility as outlined in clause 8.2 is the day-to-day management of the LLP and doing all the necessary things for the LLP to carry out its business. And this perfectly aligns with the client request for Afin to oversee the business. Complementing this, clause 7.5 details that Destihani will oversee the operational functions, and this include critical areas such as logistic and product distribution, directly fulfilling the requirement that the clients want, which is Destihani to focus on business operations. Next, we will address the partners' contributions. 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 Next, we will address Clause 6.5 of the agreement explicitly outlines the initial capital contributions. First, Afin will contribute 150,030 ringgit in cash, while Destihani contributes 149,985 ringgit in cash. And crucially, for Chan Kin Long, who provides contribution in kind, Clause 6.5 specifies his contribution as 149,985 ringgit in the form of expertise, including intellectual property rights to proprietary marketing methodology. Furthermore, Clause 15.5 clarifies that such in-kind contributions, including service and expertise, are valued by mutual agreement and treated as partnership property. This ensures Chan's marketing expertise is formally recognized and valued within the LLP.
My name is Mark Elliot Marcellus. Now, before we conclude our presentation, we will briefly touch on these clauses, clauses 11, 12, and 14. Clauses 11 outlines the rights of the partners. All partners have ownership of the LLP's assets and properties in the proportion to their contribution. Each partner also has full access to inspect and copy the LLP's books and documents. Additionally, partners are allowed to operate their own independent businesses, provided they inform the LLP beforehand and do not use the LLP's name for those ventures. Next is Clause 12, covers the duties of the partners. Partners must account for any personal benefit gained from the LLP-related transaction without the LLP's consent. More importantly, any partner who commits fraud and causes a loss to the LLP must indemnify both the LLP and the other partners. Lastly, Clause 14 identifies the compliant officer. Ahmad Faisal bin Ismail has been appointed to this role. He is responsible for ensuring that all actions and filings required under the LLP Act 2012 and the LLP Regulations 2012 are properly carried out. With that, we conclude our presentation on the Limited Liability Partnership Agreement, which includes all the essential clauses required to make this agreement effective. That is all from us. Thank you.